Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the concept of twin flame, body merge, and soul merge experience that I have experienced with my twin flame, and that one can understand if they watch this Star Bharat show called Radha Krishna, the one with Sumed and Malika acting in it. They have shown in that show a few scenes that I watched today. I am a fan of that show, but I haven't watched all of its scenes. But these scenes that were shown recently, based on something they had shot a few months back, probably, or even a few years back, they kind of explained how twin flame, body merge, and soul merge happens. So, in that instance that I saw from the show, there's a clip where Radha is in a different place and Krishna is in a different place. But Radha understands when Krishna gets hungry. So she decides that she will drink some milk in order to satiate the hunger that Krishna is feeling and which Radha is feeling emotionally in her body. So even though she's not hungry, she drinks the glass of milk. And they show in another scene where Krishna is over in another place that he feels full and his mouth is filled with the milk that Radha is drinking, even though Krishna is not actually physically doing it. So this is the mystical aspect of the body merge that happens between twin flames, that even though they may not be occupying the same space, same time, and they are present in some two different places, they might be having a body merge experience happening to them. So, with my twin flame, how I have understood the body merge, and another thing that is necessary for twin flames to understand is that the body merge may happen irrespective of you finding out that you are a twin flame. It may happen irrespective of you being aware that you are a twin flame but not having met them. It can also happen that you have met them a few times, and it can also happen that you've met them and you are just platonic friends with them and have had no sexual relationship despite a lack of a sexual connection with each other, like how Radha and Krishna, they were just friends who were raised together and knew each other briefly for a while. So they never had a sexual relationship. Despite that, they had this emotional love connection to each other, which also, because they're twin flames and same soul present in two different bodies, that's why one body doing something can impact the health of another body not doing it but still being capable of experiencing it. So for me, how that has shown up is that in my experience, I think I've met my twin flame only once. Consciously, I remember meeting him only once. He tells me telepathically that we have met in the past as well. And when I look through the incidences of the past where there is a chance that it was him that I had met, the only difference is I can't 100% say, oh, this is the guy that I met in the past when I was a teenager, or the guy I met in the past when I was a child, because people change with time and their facial features could have changed. And because it was a very brief interaction that I had with him in those instances, for me it didn't register. I didn't register his face, so to know whether this is the specific person whom I met in the past is the same person who is my twin flame in the present. But in the present moment of the last few years, I do know consciously I met him one time. But even though I consciously only met him one time in the last few years, subconsciously I have been meeting him and my soul has been meeting his soul. I was doing a lot of inner work related to spirituality, meditation, twin flame merging exercises, and I didn't know at the time that the merging exercises were about the body and soul merge. All I knew at that time when I was doing those exercises was that it was about connecting with your twin flame, and I was looking at it as a emotional connection with the twin flame. But even though I was doing the emotional connection with your twin flame, when it is right for your body, mind, and soul and energies to be merged with another human being who is your twin flame, the universe will automatically guide the process. You don't even have to be consciously aware of it to happen to you, but it can just happen on its own. And For me, what happened was one time, or many times this has happened. I was raised a non-vegetarian because I'm from a Bengali family. But even though I was a non-vegetarian, I had an inclination to become a vegetarian for a long time. But I also lived in US for many years, where I found that getting always vegetarian options when you're traveling is difficult. So I used to eat non-veg when I used to go out, and I used to eat non-veg if I am feeling craving of eating some non-veg. But many of the times while cooking at home, I started becoming a vegetarian. I didn't cook non-veg most of the time. The only non-veg I really relished eating throughout my years is egg-based dishes. So be it cakes, be it egg curries, omelets, any kind of egg-based breakfast, they were all my favorite dishes for many, many years. But even after enjoying eggs for so long, even after occasionally enjoying some chicken dishes throughout the decades of my adult life, even after, sometimes tasting fish dishes because of, traveling with friends or family. Despite all that, slowly over time, my interest in non-vegetarian food went away, and I didn't wish to be a non-vegetarian anymore. And even though I craved eggs, suddenly something happened to me in India, where I got preservative-based body aches and pains, preservative that were present in the eggs, and I also got some allergies from chemicals that were getting used in the eggs when the eggs are washed in some washing liquid to make it look like really bright and fresh. So because of these reasons, I stopped craving eggs also. So in the last few years, I've hardly eaten any egg-based product. Maybe if I'm having some cake, the cake might have a little bit of egg in it. Other than that, I stopped being a non-vegetarian. And I also stopped eating onions because onions were giving me really bad body odor, and I was having extreme skin allergies from different kinds of body washes and soaps and even detergents that I use for cleaning clothes. So I was slowly transitioning into using lesser and lesser cleaning chemicals in my body and in my clothes, on my clothes. So because of this reason too, best way to keep body clean was to ensure that I'm not eating any food that will cause body odor. So I tried, and sometimes you still invariably will get body odor. But if you eat very cleanly, if you eat very fresh foods and fresh vegetables and chemical free foods, be it vegetable, be it non veg, if they are all chemical free, hormone free, pesticide free, fungicide free, then these foods will be absolutely nutritious and you will not have any body odor. So what happened that for a few years, 4 or 5 years, I was avoiding having any kind of onion because I realized onion based cooking was giving me body odor. So I stopped consuming onions. And what happened was, one fine day I'm wondering, why am I smelling like, if the kind of body odor you get when you have onions, when you sweat, you will get a very onion specific smell to your body odor. So this I had observed a long time back, and that's why only I stopped eating onions, apart from many other reasons. So one day I'm like, why is my body suddenly smelling like as if I'm having onions? And I know for a week or a month or many years I haven't touched any onion based meals. So that got me thinking. And then this kept happening a couple of times. And that is how I realized that this was something to do with my twin flame, because at that same time I was awakening to the twin flame journey. And I had realized, because of one other previous incident, that when I had met him, the day I met him, I was feeling like using the restroom. And because of some reason, I couldn't go to the restroom. And the place where I wasn't sure if I go to the restroom might be hygienic. So I didn't want to, even access the restroom in that area. So I was just wishing and waiting, like, when will I get out of this place and go home and take a pee? But what happened was that when I met him and all, I didn't realize that there was a body merge happening. But later on, when I was reflecting on certain things that had happened in that meeting with him, I realized that there must have been a body merge that had happened, because though I was feeling like peeing for a long time, suddenly for a few hours I didn't feel like going to the bathroom, which very rarely happens to me. I have a very sensitive bladder, so if I feel like peeing, I usually have to immediately go and pee. So very rarely am I able to control my bladder. So this was strange that I had been able to control my bladder for few hours. And not only few hours, after that I had to drive back home. On the drive back home also, I was able to control it. So like almost for like 5-6 hours I was able to do something, when usually I'm not even able to do that for like 30 minutes to an hour. So that is how I got to understand that there might have been a body merge happening with him at that time, on the day that I met him. And not just that, then the onion incident happened. Then many other incidents have happened where I understood, like, if I'm inhaling, like if I would suddenly get a smell of women's perfume, and that's how I understood that he's hanging out with other women. Or I would get suddenly a smell of a male cologne around me, even though no one around me, I was living alone at that time. So no one was around me wearing those perfumes. I was not using any perfume because I was getting allergies to perfumes. But the smell would come. So there I understood that some body merge experience is happening, or a sixth sense experience is happening, where I am sensing what he is doing without me being even physically present in his life. Same thing with some food sometimes that he eats. Sometimes I don't get the body merge experience, but I get the soul experience of him eating some food that I can smell that he is consuming. And I'm sure likewise he also gets some of these sixth sense experiences, which when he is ready he will talk about it. But this is how twin flame, body merge, and soul merge keeps happening. And some of us are conscious about it, and some of us are not conscious about it. But without even our consciousness, some of these things could be happening to either one of us without us being aware what is happening. Another thing I realized very recently, I didn't even know that I had this sixth sense ability, but now I'm realizing that there are many clairvoyant like things that happen to me, where I have seen some scenes from different experiences with different friends, and even stranger experiences who became friends much later on in my life, or about whom I came to know much later in my life. But the dreams about those people happened to me like almost 10 years back or 20 years before I dreamt about I met any of these new people. And like that, I also had dreams about my twin flame, which now I am realizing that they were dreams about my twin flame. Now that those experiences are happening to my twin flame, and I am getting awareness from the universe via some videos about my twin flame, via some images regarding my twin flame, and then I'm correlating. Oh, this thing that I had observed in my dreams many decades back suddenly is happening right now. So things like that have happened. So that is also a part, like the dream, what they talk about, like in 5D you experience connection with your twin flame. This is kind of like that 5D level connection. Another thing that started happening, like I love watching stories, I love watching romantic stories, and it doesn't have to be an Indian story, it can be an American story, it can be a Brazilian story, it can be a Korean story, it can be a British story. But while watching those movies or teleserials or anything else that involves a story, like YouTube web series, when watching them, sometimes I've had these experiences, like these actors or these characters. I feel like I am one of those characters, and one of these actors on the show is like my twin flame, and the experience that they are sharing there is like a experience I might have with my twin flame in the future or something. So like these scenes from different people's lives, be it and sometimes I've even watched videos of real people, real couples, and I would get like an image of how this resonates for me, like how this could be like my life with my twin flame, or how I am feeling via some other human being the energy of my twin flame in the experience that is a either a real experience that has been depicted on a show, or a false acted experience that is being depicted on a show, but there is some authenticity that they are channeling in that acting experience that is resonating for me. So these things have happened, and other than that also many other synchronicities keep happening regarding my twin flame that makes me realize like his and my soul and his and my body are merging over time without me doing anything about it, except I did some exercises like maybe 5 years back. After those exercises of some twin flame related soul exercises that were done online using some online videos, and I was just following the guidance of those videos. I was consciously not doing anything, but subconsciously everything happened based on whatever the universe was sending my way. Maybe my twin flame was doing some exercises because his part of the experience I still am not completely aware of. Only slowly, whatever I am ready to be aware of, those things are being revealed to me by the universe. Whatever is the right time for me to be aware of, those things are being revealed to me by the universe. And as I am getting awareness of it, I'm trying to make these videos, or if I have processed some of this information in a way that I can tell it in a shorter video. That's how, because what I'm telling you right now is an experience from like 4-5 years of my life that slowly I understood and processed, and then understood like the deeper meaning of it to make this video. And I hope this is informative for you. And if you want to know more, there are many other videos online, or I can talk a little bit more about the soul merge and body merge experiences as I go through it in the future. So please drop a comment and let me know if you want to hear anything else about these body merge and soul merge experiences. I have some healthcare experiences too as a pharmacist, which helps me understand this even in a deeper manner than what someone who is not from a medical background will understand. So that's why if you're having some bizarre, crazy experiences in your life, or health experiences where you feel some healthcare problem is happening to you, but your doctors and other people are not able to decipher it for you, you can ask in the comments about that as well, so that I can address it in any future videos. Thank you. Have a good day.